The number 9 crisis at Manchester United could be solved by one of the best football players, one of the best strikers in the world. And guess whom we're talking about? We're talking about the one and only Victor Usman. So Erik ten Hag's number 9 crisis is definitely going to be, I don't know how I can call it, but it could be gone forever, as Manchester United has always had problems with number 9s. Victor Usman is definitely in the picture, and he is the football player that we are talking about right about now. Hello everyone, and thank you for being part of the United chapter, and make your point subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've definitely got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester United related, right about here at the United chapter with me, your host Abu KALS, as we tell you everything that happens in the transfer. If you're interested in this summer transfer window, we are talking about the 2023 summer transfer window. If you need to know what takes place in the Manchester United camp, as long as it is the summer transfer window, we are right here. My name is Abu KALS, bringing to you the latest trade that comes in. So guess what we're talking about? As I told you before, we're talking about Victor Usman, who is in the picture for Manchester United to be signing this summer transfer window, as United have their priority of signing a actually signing a top scorer. So Manchester United's number 1 priority this summer transfer window is signing a wonderful striker, a number 9. Forget about Cristiano Ronaldo. Forget about who else was in there. Edinson Cavani. Forget about Cristiano Ronaldo and Edinson Cavani. Forget about Anthony Martial, Wout Weghorst. We are talking about a wonder kid, still very young and very, very, very good. He's played and he's definitely showed that he's got it. I mean, in the Serie A, he's been playing in the Serie A for a club known as Napoli. And you will be remember that Napoli won the Serie A just simply because they had one of the best strikers in the world. We are not talking about Anthony Martial, not even talking about Cristiano Ronaldo or any other, but we are talking about Victor Usman. I will be remember that by the start of the season, nobody predicted, I'm saying Serie A, nobody predicted that Victor Usman could be the top scorer for the club. Napoli, but also not only for the club Napoli, but also nobody predicted that he could be scoring more than 25 goals. Well, it could be, if you see how he's managed, how he's been playing of recent. When you see how he's been playing before, it will be remembered that while he's at Napoli, he scored 10 goals, he scored 14 goals, and I think like 25 plus or 24, 23 around there. And you can see he's been consistent. He's actually not even consistent. He's been improving his game. When it comes to scoring, he's been scoring and increasing the number of goals that he's been scoring. So the coming season could definitely be a wonderful season for Victor Usman. So Manchester United definitely came out and said they're not leaving Victor Usman to be going to yet another club, but Manchester United. So United through Darren Fletcher, who is the current technical director of the club Manchester United. So then Fletcher, who happens to be the current technical director of Manchester United, had a one-on-one with Victor Usman and also the management at the club, so that they can definitely come with a perfect solution on who is definitely going to be the next striker for Manchester United, as there were a few players that were mentioned, players like Tammy Abraham, players like Harry Kane, and also not forgetting the Brentford superstar, good striker who goes by the names Ivan Toney. So you will be remember that Victor Usman definitely is still young and competent and he is a goal-scoring machine. Looking at the problems the Manchester United has had, definitely, I don't think United should make the same mistake they made the last season in the January transfer window. United went on and bought a few football players in the January transfer window. I mean, they have impressed, but not all of them. Wout played, but he created a few chances to score for other football players, but he didn't score. And at the end of the day, what's the role of a number 9 is putting the ball behind the net, and that is definitely what Wout was definitely bought for by Manchester United. He wasn't bought, he was a loanee, but in a season at least, if things had not gone on quite well for you, just in a season, at least you should have scored maybe 15 goals because you're at Manchester United. I mean, you are Manchester United. You've got the likes of Bruno Fernandes at your disposal. You've got the likes of Marcus Rashford right there. You've got midfielders. Sebza was in there. Sebza was in there and he played quite well, though he could be leaving, most likely because he's also on loan. I mean, you've got Casemiro, who is also ready to give you the balls to score. You've got a good defense that consists of Rafael Varane. You've got Lisandro Martinez. You've got quite a big number of defenders in there. Reddy, Tyrell Malacia, all these football players were there, making things happen for the club, Manchester United. But Wout did not perform to the expectation, and that's one of the reasons as to why the manager himself, Erik has come out and said, "No, I need a number 9. Priority signing is not a defender this season. Priority signing isn't a defender. Neither is it a priority signing isn't a defender. Neither is a midfielder, but a striker." Also, a little bit about goalkeeping section, as David De Gea's future is uncertain at Manchester United. Pickford has also been in the news a bit about him joining Manchester United, and also there could be a bit of competition between Pickford and Emiliano Martinez, who is an Argentine football goalkeeper, and he could be crossing over to Manchester United. But that is a topic for another day. What we're talking about today is Victor Usman. So with all those football players that were readily available for Wout to score, he did not score. So what does that definitely mean? That means Manchester United needs to sign a priority forward and a priority number 9. So if Victor Usman is available and ready, just right there, ready to be signed, then definitely Manchester United should not leave any gap for any club to sign him. And when you look at right about now, when you look at almost all clubs, I think, apart from, we're talking about top clubs apart from Manchester City. I mean, Manchester City have Haaland, they've got Erling Haaland, and they look to be very content with Erling Haaland. So when you look at almost all these clubs, they are looking for a number 9. So there is a number 9 crisis in the Premier League. So this definitely means that the fact that there is a number 9 crisis in the Premier League, Victor Usman is readily available. That means he's going to be competed for. There's going to be quite a big competition for the football player, as you already know that he is a top football player, and clubs are willing to inject in as much money as they can. With Chelsea coming in and saying they are also ready to put in the amount of money that Victor Usman needs, and also Napoli needs. So the Serie A club is also sat there looking whom can I get the most money out of. Is it Manchester United, is it Chelsea, or it could be Liverpool or City? But City seems to be out of this. Anyway, I think Manchester United is willing to pay because that's what they are lacking. That's what Manchester United is lacking. I mean, sometimes when we've seen these games, when we've seen the games that Manchester United has lost, it's because of, most of the games, it's because of not scoring. You know what I mean? I mean, in some cases, you can see like the goal scorers at Manchester United, like Marcus Rashford. I mean, Marcus Rashford is not a number 9, but he's been forced to play number 9 because we've not had a very good number 9, you know. So he's been scoring a number of goals, but he won't score. Marcus Rashford isn't a football player who's going to score 3 goals. He's not a football player who's going to score a hat trick. A hat trick in a game, repeat it and repeat it, or 2, 3, 4. He's always scoring 1 goal, 1 goal. If all goes well, it's 2 goals. It's not his position, you know. No, number 9 is not where he should be playing. That's not his thing, and he doesn't like it, but he's got no chance because that's what the manager tells him to do in rare occasions, in many occasions anyway. So the fact that Victor Usman is ready and available and Napoli is willing to sell, Manchester United should definitely come up with a bigger strategy and make sure that he does not go to any other club. And the fact that Erik Ten Hag has had a few words with the management at Manchester United, Darren Fletcher, who happens to be the technical director of Manchester United, has also identified this gentleman, Victor Usman, and said the money should be put on Victor Usman. If Manchester United is only buying one football player this summer transfer window, then it should be Victor Usman. So the Nigerian star, the Nigerian football player, happens to be a very good striker who's helped Napoli to finish in the top position, number 1 in the Serie A. And you know how Serie A is also not an easy one, with the fact that you can see competing with the clubs like Inter Milan and Juventus. Definitely you can tell that beating Inter Milan, beating Juventus is not going to be anything easy. But the fact that they had a very good number 9, good striker, they managed to do it quite easily, and they made it look quite easy. But in real sense, it wasn't. So the fact still is Manchester United is in a position where it needs a very good striker. And the fact that Manchester United is now ready to spend the money, more than willing to spend the money on a striker, that is a brilliant move. So as I told you before, looking at the statistics of Victor Usman, I think Victor Usman is the perfect man for the job. He's a very good one. And I mean, there could be a bit of competition between him and Harry Kane. Looking at Harry Kane and how many goals he scored quite a big number of goals in the Premier League, and is experienced in the Premier League. But also, it doesn't take away the fact that Victor Usman is a very good one, and when it comes to the Premier League, he could definitely come and impress and score as many goals as he definitely could want. But direct impact, I mean, if you're looking at direct impact, if you're looking at impact there and then you're not signing Victor Usman, because Victor Usman needs to catch up with the league, because it's a way different league. But it will be also taken into consideration that Erling Haaland went to Manchester United, and as soon as he got to Manchester United, he started scoring. And not Manchester United, sorry, Manchester City. And very many people were criticizing when the season was when was in the middle, saying that Manchester City was a better club without Erling Haaland, because Manchester City wasn't in the first position. But by the end of the season, everybody realized that Manchester City is a way better team with Erling Haaland. And Erling Haaland just went to Manchester City immediately he went to Manchester City. He did not wait to catch up like 1 season or 2. Direct impact is what happened. He started scoring then. And this could not be in any way different with Victor Usman. He could come to Manchester United, and then we start counting goals after goals. And I think Manchester United could be in a better position with this gentleman, Victor Osimhen. I can answer some of the questions that some of the people have been asking me. Let me see. Victor Usman, some people have been asking me a few questions about Victor Usman. Let me see. Why does Victor Usman wear a mask? So Victor Usman wears a mask primarily for protection. So it will be remembered that the 24-year-old Nigerian international underwent facial surgery after colliding with an Inter Milan defending screener in a Serie A clash in October 2021. And since recovering from the injury, Osman has been wearing a mask for protection. And I think that is definitely answered. Somebody asking how rich is Victor Usman? His net worth is 1.5 million pounds. That's it. Then anyway, I think that's the questions for now. I got quite a number coming in. But I think, as I've told you, Erik Ten Hag is very happy about this. And Manchester United could be the club that could have Victor Usman if they get too serious with this transfer. Otherwise, thank you for being part of the United chapter with me, your host, Abu KALS, and make your point subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever. We've definitely got to bring it as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester United related right about here at the United chapter with me, your host, Abu KALS, as I tell you thank you and goodbye for now.